Oh man, bad news for the Canelo fans. Undefeated gold medalist and retired boxer Andre Ward says, guess what? Caleb Plant, he definitely has a chance to beat Canelo. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. It goes a long way when you guys hit the like. So let's get these likes up, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Now, Canelo Alvarez, he got an upcoming fight. I made a video about it. This is why you guys got to subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest. Press conference, LA, Tuesday. Looking forward to it. I want to size them up, see how Canelo looks. You know, if he looks really short next to Caleb Plant, if they look about the same height, I want to see them physically face off and stuff like that. That's going down Tuesday. So check back on the channel. We'll have some content regarding that. Great fight, November 6th, MGM Grand Arena in Vegas. Canelo came over to the dark side, the PBC side. Pay-per-view, back on pay-per-view. It's been a long time coming. Canelo Alvarez, payday. You want payday? I know that. He hasn't been on pay-per-view in a minute. He went over to DAZN. Didn't work out for him with Golden Boy. He left Golden Boy. Yada, yada, yada. Then he did a couple fights, 3 fights with DAZN, and he wants undisputed. He's looking at Caleb Plant, and we here now. Now, Andre Ward did an interview where he spoke, and I'll put the link in the description. He spoke about the internet went crazy when Caleb Plant showed up in his gym, a couple video snippets, pictures, and people got curious, like, what is this? Is Caleb Plant training with Andre Ward? Is Andre Ward providing him strategy? Does he know how to beat Canelo? What's going on? So the whole world tilted on his access to see what was going on with that. And a lot of people speculated. I told you, for me, I just wanted to see and hear from Caleb Plant what was going to happen. I don't like to just see a picture and then, you know, just insinuate and fill in the blanks. Andre Ward spoke for himself. He said he knew this was going to come. I got some quotes for you guys, and let's get it. Andre Ward said, I guess people are seeing us together and him having the big fight coming up with Canelo, and I got some buzz, which we knew was going to happen. That's not why we did it. We talk and we're in contact a lot. He wanted to come out. I said, by all means. I consider him a brother in the game, so why not? If I gotta be a hater because I want to help my brother as much as I can, and I want to see him become undisputed and win those belts and take care of business, it is what it is. So he said, ain't no skin off his back. Caleb Plant is American. He represented America for the Olympics, got us a gold medal. I think he was the last male, you know, Clarissa Shields for the females, but as far as men, in the men's division, he was the last male to get a gold medal. So huge accolades for boxing. Sometimes we get beat out by other countries, namely Cuba, things like that. Shakur Stevenson lost to a Cuban fighter. Robisi Ramirez, Keyshawn Davis, same thing. So Andre Ward was the last person, but a lot of people don't want to put respect on his name because he was seen with Caleb Plant, which I'll get into. So he says, if that makes me a hater because I want to help my brother. And Andre Ward, he's on top of being American, he's a wealth of knowledge. He's biracial. He's half white, right? Caleb Plant's white. Who cares? You know, he can work with whoever he wants, which I'm going to get into that stuff. Andre Ward continues, of course, I think he has everything it takes to win the fight now. He's got to go take all of that and go do it. And I don't want to interject myself into this because Caleb Plant, he has a team and he's been grinding with him and working with him for years. So I know this is easy to talk about me because the video came out and the photos came out, but this man has had a team for a long time. Caleb Plant is extremely disciplined with his weight outside of camp. He works extremely hard. All of that puts Caleb Plant in a position to win versus Canelo. I've seen him fight at a high level, but of course, I've never seen him fight someone as good as Canelo. So he's giving Canelo his props, saying, hey, Canelo is the best fighter that would be on your resume, right? So he said, I seen him fight high level stuff, but Canelo will be the best. That's the case for everybody. You always have to have that first one. It's up to Caleb Plant to take everything he's learned and everything he knows and the person he is in the inside. The fight, the desire, and all that stuff, he has to go out and do it. So yeah, I'm doing my little part, man. I like that from Andre Ward. And, you know, it's sad in boxing that you have the usual suspects and old media, and they find ways to hate. Boxing is a gentleman's sport. Typically, the fighters are some of the coolest people that you'll ever meet, especially in sports. Like, I've heard of baseball players and football players, and people went up to get autographs and they were rude. Boxing fans, we got it, we spoiled, because these boxers don't, by and large, don't act like that. Some of the coolest people on the planet. However, some boxers, they reach a level of popularity, like let's say Canelo, and you start seeing a toxic fan base that is cultivated from, you know, the adoration or liking a particular fighter. And that's what we're seeing with Canelo. Like, somehow, some way, a great US Olympian and a great US fight that's happening, but people have now turned on Andre Ward for some reason, and he's retired because he was seen with Caleb Plant. Like, people really treat this boxing like it's gangbanging, like you banging flags, like you can't be wearing that blue over here, or you can't be wearing that red over here, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's boxing. Canelo's fighting a person, and to me, it shows it actually makes Canelo's fan base look bad, in my honest opinion, because it to me, it shows a level of insecurity. You have in one corner, or on one side of the coin, you have Canelo man fans, and they're saying Caleb Plant has absolutely no shot. He has no chance. He's inexperienced. He has no power. He's a runner. You know, they're saying all these negative things about him, but then sound intimidated with the fact that he's with Andre Ward, you know? So those two things don't really gel, and they don't really mesh. If you thought Caleb Plant was as bad as you're saying, then why would you care what he's doing? And or why do you care if he wants to have the best possible camp? So if he wants to talk to an OG in the game, an experienced guy, a person who's been there, a person who's done that, then why would you feel any type of way? See, I come from a different school and I'm cut from a different cloth, clearly, than a lot of these new age boxing fans, because you couldn't tell me nothing about my favorite fighters, like Roy Jones Jr., right? Like Mike Tyson. I didn't care who they were fighting. I was rocking. And you didn't see, you know, I was solid as a rock too. And you didn't see me waver. I was like, man, Mike Tyson, I really felt he could beat these guys. Or Roy Jones, I was like, this Mr. Untouchable, this Captain Hood, didn't I just take that? Okay then, right? You couldn't tell me nothing. But you see a high level of insecurity with a lot of these modern fighters' toxic fan bases like Canelo Alvarez. They say Canelo's the GOAT, Canelo's this, and Viva Mexico when Canelo says it, and, you know, just different things like that. And at the end of the day, then you shouldn't be worried about little old Andre Ward, a retired fighter, and little old Caleb Plant teaming up together, right? To me, that doesn't make sense, and it's inconsistent. You always got to check for the inconsistencies with what people do versus what they say. People can do this and talk, but your actions are going to speak volumes. That's going to show your real character. Like Nipsey said, see what your texture's worth. That's going to show what your texture's worth. Your actions, not your words. And a lot of the Canelo fans that I see, at least in my comment section, their actions definitely don't add up with what they're saying. They're saying Caleb sucks and Andre Ward and Caleb Plant. First of all, I don't even see why they're talking to a retired fighter. Why do you want to see Canelo fight a retired guy who's been retired 4 years or whatever it's been, right? Weird. But I'm seeing like misdirected anger. People are saying, oh, Canelo will whoop Andre Ward and Caleb Plant in the same night. Canelo barely even have stamina for one fight. How's he going to fight two elite level fighters in one night? It's just like people saying whatever in this boxing world. But hey, when you do something like this, and boxing is a passion sport for a lot of people, you got to take the good with the bad. So it's weird to me, on a personal note, seeing the Canelo fans and the Man fans overreact and turn negativity and toxicity to Andre Ward. But he seems like he realizes it too, because he said, hey, if I got to be a hater because I'm trying to help my boy, somebody that I've known and I respect and is disciplined, then hey, it is what it is. So I respect it. November, we'll have Undisputed. That's what really matters. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Use my link in the description to get TubeBuddy. Awesome way to make money on YouTube. I've been using TubeBuddy for years. So let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm the best doing it. I'm out. Peace.